A new episode from Sanditon Season 3 arrived last night on PBS. This episode was again full of different storylines, each one interesting and exciting to follow. Of course, the one that gets us the most is the storyline with Charlotte and Alexander, as we're breathlessly waiting for what will happen between them. Let's say episode 2 didn't disappoint on that front. The episode opened with Charlotte reading Ralph's letter. Apparently, he's returned to Willingdon to take care of work while Charlotte remained in Sanditon to support Georgiana. However, her friend couldn't find a lawyer to help her case. And while they were talking about this at a restaurant, Alexander heard their conversation and took the matter into his own hands. We saw him leaving for London, forgetting that he had planned a date with Lydia Montrose. He met his brother Samuel in London and brought him to Sanditon immediately to introduce him as a lawyer to Georgiana. Samuel was charming and witty, unlike his brother Alexander, who broods for sport. We couldn't learn why the two brothers hadn't seen each other for nearly 10 years, but we will most likely find out in the next episodes. When Georgiana and Samuel were getting ready for the trial, Alexander and Charlotte had a moment to remain alone. They talked about their travels to Willingdon and Bath, and Alexander even asked where Charlotte's fiancé was. When he learned Ralph was a farmer, he said, "Oh, just like me." Charlotte smiled and said, "Nothing like you." Although this comment seems innocent at first, when you look at it closely, it's evident that it was the resurfacing of Charlotte's real feelings toward Ralph. In the last episode, the audience learned that Ralph is not a man of culture. Yes, he was friendly and kind-hearted, but nothing more. Of course, Alexander is nothing like him, and Charlotte knows this by heart. Luckily, another interaction between Charlotte and Alexander made us feel things. At the recital Arthur held, the two ended up sitting side by side, as the singer performed a beautiful love song dedicated to all the ladies suffering from heartbreak. You could see Charlotte and Alexander's anxiety. They were dying to touch each other, and in the end, they couldn't manage themselves and touched each other's hands. They immediately stopped when the song ended, but it was nice to see that they were still burning for each other. To be honest, we don't know who Charlotte is fooling. She stayed in Sanditon to avoid going back to Willingdon with Ralph. If she goes there, she will get married to Ralph, but she is trying to run away from that by using Georgiana as an excuse. Surely, Georgiana has Mary, Arthur, and Tom as her support, and in an ideal world, she wouldn't let Charlotte postpone her wedding. As Lady Susan pointed out, Charlotte needs to make sure why she is staying in Sanditon rather than going back to her village to be with the man that she will marry. Alexander's feelings toward Charlotte, too, were noticed by his brother Samuel. While they were having a chat at the house before the recital, Samuel referred to a young lady and how she should be really important for Alexander to come to London and ask for Samuel's help. Alexander talked about how Miss Charlotte was just a former employee, while Samuel was referring to Georgiana in the first place. It was not long before Samuel understood how much Alexander cared for Charlotte. And as a bonus, at the end of the episode, we saw him chatting with Lady Susan, so this could mean their friendship can end up doing so much for the young couple we've all been rooting for. We hope they team up and find a solution to the Charlotte and Alexander problem. In episode 2, everything related to Charlotte and Alexander was about this much. We hope future episodes have more Hayborn content. Comment below if you liked the episode. Also tell us your expectations for episode 3. Don't forget to like and share this video. Subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you soon!